It is time. It is time to brew your best beer.
The 2016 SJPorr Challenge is dedicated to your friend and ours, Paul Wickstein. Brought to you by Brewcraft USA, iMake, Gladfield Malting, Yakima Valley Hops, The Grain Bill, Brewers Exchange, Keg Kingdom Homebrew Supply, Hiraki Homebrew, and a special thanks to our silver sponsors.
Hey everybody, welcome to another SJPorr Challenge review. Today's review brought to you by our buddy 67N-43R-93Q, and came with this really cool label here. Hopefully that shows up. There we go. It is, sorry, it fell off, sorry about that. 67N-43R-93Q. It is called Cyberpunk, and it is a, I've got it open over here. Funky Farmhouse beer. So it's got a neat label. I'm gonna set that aside. Let's see here. I've got the website open here on the side. Cyberpunk is a French farmhouse style ale soured with wild bacteria over 4 days before the main boil. 90% of the grist is biologically grown Pilsner malt. The result is a dry, tart, and highly convincing disappearing act. Impossible? Where did it go? Alright. So what's the ABV? Blah, 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 blah. ABV's on here. 4.5, so right at the mark. Right at the mark on the scale there. Got it right here. Let's crack into it. So it sounds like we got a kettle soured saison here, that's really cool. I'm looking forward to that. 90% Pilsner, and then we don't know what the other 10% is. Guessing maybe wheat, maybe. Oh, there's a big hiss on there. Let's pour it out. Got the Tiku glass as always. Got the cats running in the background as always. Oh, it is definitely carbonated. Great. I am in a set. Got quite a bit left in the bottle, but I'm pretty sure this looks bottle conditioned, so I'm just gonna set that aside. I'll enjoy it later, and we'll do some reviewing on what I've got in the glass now. You can see it is definitely carbonated. Very big head. What's the finger? Two and a half finger head. Big bubbles. You can actually, I don't know if you can hear it on the camera, but it's like snap, crackle, popping in there. Color is, oh, you can see, look at all those bubbles streaming up out of the bottom too. Very nice carbonation. It is a kind of coppery orange color. It's a nice color. I'm starting to think that the other 10% of the grist was some kind of caramel malt, because that's pretty dark for Pilsner. Nice clarity, actually. I can't quite see the camera, but I can see kind of a blobby camera. Sorry about that rain, it's the cats. So, but good clarity. It's not all that hazy. It's nice. Ooh. Definitely get a little bit of the sourness on the nose. Gonna just give it a little swirl to knock some of that carbonation out. Maybe knock some of that aroma out too. Yep, I smell lactic acid, lacto byproduct. I smell some kind of spiciness, that saison kind of phenol-y spice. There is a little bit of that not banana, but close to banana, where it's a little sharper than the banana. It's that yeah, very Saison, very Saison, very Saison. That's what it is. But yeah, yeah, it smells like it's got a nice smell. I'm gonna wait for the head to die down a little bit, and I'll come back to the smell because I'm gonna dive into this one. Whoa, that is sour. It is, and I like sour, so if my face changed a lot, I just wasn't expecting it to be that sour. Yeah, very bracingly sour, which I like, but this is probably one of the most sour Saisons I've ever had. That's nice. There's a little bit of a character to it that's like oh, it's a crystal malt. It's a kind of a crystal malty type character. It's semi-metallic, not metallic, but you know, if you've ever had like a lot of, not sure if that might be a byproduct of the kettle souring too. It doesn't have any of the really bad off flavors from kettle sours that you can get sometime. I think that the souring was pretty clean. Doesn't have any of that, you know, that kind of yogurty taste, which is very nice. Now I'm starting to get used to the sourness of some of the other flavors are coming out. I'm gonna let this warm up. I'm gonna do some notes and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back with final thoughts on 67N-43R-93Q Cyberfunk. You can see I've gotten pretty well down in the glass. I've got my notes and stuff taken on the website. And yeah, you know what? Overall, I've really enjoyed this beer. As it warmed up, it did change quite a bit. Actually, on the nose now, I get a lot more acid, a lot more like, yeah, just a lot more sharpness. Probably wouldn't have been as surprised when I first drank it if I had smelled it a little warmer. Warmth has also brought out some more of that kind of farmhouse yeast, that Saison type aroma. Definitely getting more clove and a little bit of pepper and a little sharp sting on the back, which is probably more from the lactic acid than anything else. But the taste is nice. It mellows out once you get used to the sourness. Definitely really dominated by that sour flavor. And then there's a little yeast character. Really, the only flaw in it is this this little taste in the aftertaste of kind of yeah, it's semi-metallic, but it's not really bad. It's just, it's there, and it's something that I taste in some saisons and especially soured saisons that I think is like an artifact of either the kettle souring process or just the yeast itself, or the yeast You know what? It could be maybe some stress from the yeast being in a lower pH. That could be a yeast stress. That's actually kind of, I have tasted this in beers that I've had some pretty stressed out yeast in. That's a good thought. I should add that to my notes. Overall, though, it's a nice beer. It's very sour. For someone who loves sour beer like me, it's right up my alley. I could see it maybe freaking out some people who are just expecting like a light, like a farmhouse ale, like a saison. But I enjoyed the sourness of it. So yeah, overall, I liked it. It's a nice beer, well made, and cheers to. Let me pull up the. Cheers to 67N-43R-93Q. Thanks for sharing. See you later.